Yeah, I'm doing a documentary about Bob Marley at the moment. I'm sort of coming towards the end of editing it. And that's been tremendously fun, but tremendously tricky too. It's quite hard to get all these old reggae musicians to talk to you. Another interesting thing about it is that, sort of, particularly having spent a lot of time in the world of YouTube now, where every two-bit band or singer or would-be singer or dancer has a 20,000 videos. The whole first 13 years of Bob Marley's career, there's not a single bit of moving footage of the guy. And there's only about 20 photographs. And even from 1973 to 1981, which is when he got sort of international attention, there's probably only half a dozen concerts that are filmed. And so it makes you think about the place of the moving image in creating an image, creating celebrity and an iconography. And maybe if people had seen more of him, maybe he would be less of an icon, Bob Marley. I don't know, or maybe he'd be more loved. But that's been a real challenge as a filmmaker, and there's a reason why I think nobody's ever done a good film about him before, because it's really tricky.
Unfortunately, it's a bit before my time.
Yeah, but you know who Bob Marley is.
Yeah, I've heard of him, and I've heard one or two songs. But
You've heard one or two songs. I can guarantee you've heard more than one or two songs, because that's the other thing about Bob Marley, is that I guarantee you cannot spend a day in London without hearing at least one Bob Marley song or seeing one Bob Marley piece of memorabilia, One Love on a towel, or, the fact that all these people, all these Rastas walking around, people with dreadlocks, that all comes from Bob Marley. Nobody would have dreadlocks if it weren't for Bob Marley. He's the most influential musician of the 20th century, by far. By far. You go to any part of the globe, and people know who Bob Marley is. They don't know who the Beatles are. They don't necessarily know who Lady Gaga is in a slum in Kenya or in Indonesia or in Papua New Guinea, since we're back there. People know who Bob Marley is because he speaks to them about things that they understand, and he comes from the developing world. He's the only icon of 20th century music who actually had a properly poor third world background. He grew up sleeping in a hut, with sleeping on the ground. That makes him totally different, and that's why he's so important, and why people should be interested in this film.